Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel. So today I'll be doing a book review for a book that I just pretty much ended last night. So this is all fresh on my mind and that's why I decided to film this morning instead of afternoons as I usually do, and that's probably why the sun is just screwing up with my filming thing, but I don't care about that. I'm doing a book review about a book that just hit me hard because it was so well written and it was just a great story. And that book is The Perfume by Patrick Suskind. So The Perfume tells the story of this boy in 18th century France called Jean-Baptiste Grenouille, or something that doesn't sound as cereals in French. But yeah, that's the story of this boy from the moment he's born in a market, a fish market that really doesn't smell that great, until the moment that he starts studying to be a maker of perfumes. This is because this boy has a very special characteristic, and he's obviously our main character, and he has a nose that no one else has. He's capable of figuring out each and every single odor and tracking it through a lot of miles, and he's also capable of decomposing the main odors of an odor, which I now explain. Imagine that you have a perfume and that you don't know what that perfume is made of. You know there's something of lavender in there, but you don't know anything else. He's able... There's a hair. This hair is mine, I'm sorry. So, as I was saying, he's able to decompose that perfume into the key scents that you can find in it, which means, imagine that you have lavender. I don't know, this probably will smell really gross, but imagine that you have lavender, strawberry, and lemon in one perfume. He's able to just guess that with his nose. So he has a very special nose. It's like a superpower that he has, but not really. It's just a very keen sense of odors. I just lost myself there. And that's his main characteristic, and that's why he's our main character and the one that we go through during all of this book. So this book presents us this character through a narrator, so we never see things from his perspective directly. We never have like a first person narration. We have a normal narration. We have a narrator, and that narrator sometimes does comments, snarky, ironic comments about the character and about the story itself, about the other people that are involved in the story or not. And yeah, so that narrator, it's like it's talking to us and taking us on a journey throughout this person's life. And what he does is to describe very on point and on detail all of the smells that you're smelling, because if you have a character which main focus on the sense of smell, then you will have to focus your entire book on that sense. And what I have to say is the descriptions of the ambience, the environment, and all of the characters and all of the surroundings of this character. The smells are described with such a great attention to detail that sometimes you can even feel a little bit disgusted of what you're reading. I know that there were parts, particularly, and I'm not spoiling anyone, in the fish market where Jean-Baptiste Grenouille is born. When you're describing the fish market, like for me, for instance, I enjoy eating fish. I really love fish. But crude fish, raw fish, is like... It smells a little bit... I don't really enjoy the smell. I know that it's a smell, it's fish smell, but I don't really enjoy the smell. I don't know why. I am more able to enjoy the smell of raw meat than the smell of raw fish. And when you're describing raw fish mixed with blood and mixed with other unpleasantries that are on the streets of the 18th century France, it was just a little bit disturbing for me, because I could definitely sense it with such a detail that I was pretty much there. And that's what's good about this book, because the author completely puts you on the place that you're supposed to be, because you're feeling everything around you, not by touch and not by taste, but by smell, which is great. And you don't even have to be seeing the things, obviously, because you're reading a book, you're not on place, you're not seeing the stuff. But by smelling, you can understand what's going on and then form a vivid picture of what is going on your mind. And so you feel a little bit like your main character, Jean-Baptiste Cornwall. You feel like you're using your smell to go through the story as he is, which is something that creates a kind of an empathy with the character. But that is pretty much all of the empathy that you're gonna get with this character. Why? Because he's not supposed to be a likable character. You have comments from the narrator, which I assume is the author because the narrator never introduces himself. And the way he speaks to you is like he's saying, hey buddy, do you want to know about this story? I'm just going to tell you this story. So it looks like it's the author that is really speaking with you, and that's probably the case. So the narrator does certain comments that leave me like, dude, do you want me to hate your character? Because I'm hating your character, and I don't think that's supposed to be the case. But it is. It is supposed to be the case, because he's not supposed to be a likable character. And although he is not a likable character, you can feel some empathy because you are feeling the same smells that he's feeling throughout his life. And I think that that's very important. But it's not only gross smells that are depicted in here, thank God. You can smell perfumes and you can smell all types of smells. And I just enjoy that so much because there's this part when it's described a perfume and the smells that go into it. And I was just like, oh yeah, I just want to smell that. Just stay on that page, bro. I just want to smell that. And it was so, so good. This had it all. It had bad smells, good smells, which means it had bad parts, good parts, and everything just made a great book. And I also have to say about our main character that although he's very unlikable, and you will see why if you read this book, because I don't want to spoil you, he's also very innocent in a way because of the way that he was raised, the way that he had to go through life. And I'm not obviously apologizing for some actions that he might do. Like I didn't like him that much, but at the same time I could empathize with him, obviously. You can see that he's a very innocent character. And the way that he's described through the sense of smell, that I can't also say because it will be a spoiler, you can understand that it's a little bit cunning, but it's what he has to do to survive. And he sometimes panics with himself. He's very innocent. He sometimes can't understand what's going on. And it's really great to just read a character like this, because at the same time, he could be like an angel and then just a person that is really evil. But yeah, I mean, you don't know. It's a very complex character, and I really enjoy that in a way. So, as you can see, I really enjoy this book, and I will definitely recommend that you pick this up because this is a kind of ancient book, I believe. I don't know. The first edition was... Well, if I am seeing correctly, I think that this book is from 1985, which means it is very ancient. But it is also very, very accessible, and it's very readable. There are no big words that you can't understand. The pace is really fast paced. The chapters are really small. So even if you are talking about something that takes 2 or 3 chapters, it gets resolved really quickly. So you can really go through this, and it's not that big. The Portuguese edition is 242 pages. Well, that was hard, but it's divided in 4 parts. So I don't really think that anyone will have a problem reading this because it's really nice. Some of the descriptions can be a little bit pushy, so maybe I wouldn't recommend this to children, obviously, but I don't really think that teenagers, young adults, or adults will have any problem reading this book because it's not that gruesome in the descriptions of the smells, so it's going to be probably okay to read this. So this was my review for the Perfume by Patrick Susskind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or subscribe. And now I'd like you to tell me in the comments down below if you've read this book, if you enjoy it, if you agree with my opinions, if you have any opinions of your own that are different. I really want to hear what people have to say about this book, because for now I only heard my mom and my boyfriend talking about it, and my opinions are kind of similar to them, so I just want to hear different opinions and more opinions about the matter. And yeah, guys, if you want to pick this book up because of my review or because of something that you found interesting about the book, just tell me so also in the comments down below, because I love to know that people will pick up the books that I enjoyed, just because I think that you will have a great read with this book. But that is it for today, guys. So yeah, and happier readings to you all. Bye!